1931, a world trembling under the weight of uncertainty, where the very foundations of empires begin to crack and the promises of peace fade like smoke in the wind. The Great Depression has swept across continents, crushing economies that once seemed unshakable. Banks fold overnight, streets fill with desperate workers, food lines stretch across once prosperous cities. The United States, the engine of global finance, collapses inward under unemployment and fear. Britain and France cling to fading influence as political turmoil shakes their parliaments. The Soviet Union pushes forward through brutal industrialization, forcing progress through terror. China suffers floods, famine, and a civil war that tears at the heart of its ancient civilization. But while the world stumbles through crisis, three restless nations see opportunity: Germany, Italy, and Japan. Each driven by ambition, resentment, and a relentless hunger for power. Germany, shattered by defeat in the Great War, drowns in unemployment and humiliation. Factories shut down, families go hungry, and radical voices grow louder. Italy, under Mussolini's iron grip, dreams of reviving the Roman Empire through conquest and domination. Japan, fueled by nationalism and led by rising militarists, searches for resources and territory to sustain its growing empire. In September 1931, a single explosion on a railway in Manchuria becomes the excuse Japan needs. A staged attack, blamed on Chinese forces, unleashes a full-scale invasion. Within months, Manchuria is seized, its government replaced, and its resources exploited. The League of Nations condemns the aggression, but its words are empty. No army comes, no sanctions fall. A message is sent to every dictator watching: the world will not stop you. Germany pays close attention. In January 1933, Adolf Hitler becomes chancellor. What follows happens with terrifying speed. Political opponents vanish. Newspapers fall under control. Civil liberties are erased. The Enabling Act hands Hitler unlimited power. Germany withdraws from the League of Nations. Secret rearmament programs accelerate. The dream of overturning the Treaty of Versailles becomes a national mission. Italy moves next, tightening its grip on North Africa and preparing for new conquests. Mussolini promises glory, discipline, and the rebirth of empire. His troops march through Libya, crushing resistance and glorifying brutality as patriotism. Japan's path grows darker. Hardline officers assassinate political leaders. Military gains full control. The dream of an East Asian empire becomes government policy. Expansion is no longer debated. It is expected. The democracies of Europe hope that diplomacy will hold. They sign agreements, deliver warnings, and cling to negotiations that mean nothing to those who never intended to keep them. Hitler rebuilds the Air Force, expands the army, and restores national pride through propaganda and fear. Crowds roar his name, believing he will restore German greatness and erase the shame of defeat. The world watches the rise of these powers with unease, but no one dares to intervene. The United States focuses on its own suffering. Britain and France fear another war more than they fear the dictators preparing for one. The League of Nations continues to debate, unaware that its authority is already dead. By the mid-1930s, the world has changed. It's not through war, but through the quiet, relentless actions of men determined to reshape humanity's future. Japan dominates Manchuria. Italy prepares to strike Ethiopia. Germany openly violates the Treaty of Versailles and faces no consequences. The balance of power tilts. The old order weakens. The new order grows bold. The warnings are clear, but the world refuses to see them. Factories in Germany operate day and night, producing weapons disguised as civilian goods. Italian troops prepare for campaigns in Africa. Japanese generals plan expansions deeper into China. The storms gather silently while diplomats speak of peace. By 1936, the future becomes unmistakable. The Rhomberlin Axis forms. Italy and Germany unite in ambition. Japan edges closer to the partnership. Ideologies rooted in domination, conquest, and racial supremacy now align on a global scale. The world is no longer drifting toward conflict. It is accelerating into it. Every choice made in these years builds toward what is coming. Every unchecked invasion, every broken treaty, every diplomatic failure threads another line in the tapestry of catastrophe. What began as economic crisis has evolved into geopolitical transformation. Three nations, hungry for empire, fueled by resentment, and empowered by global inaction, now stand ready to reshape the world. The 1930s are not simply a decade of tension. They are the countdown to a firestorm that will engulf every continent, every nation, every life. And when the spark finally ignites, the world will understand too late that the path to World War II was not sudden. It was a steady march, step by step, decision by decision, year by year, until all that remained was war.